Welcome, friends. 'Tis time for another bourbon update. 'Tis been many months. Has it been ever since I've given you a bourbon update, actually? I've been super active in the last couple of months, since really like early to mid-April, buying bourbons. Just been snatching them up. Couldn't get enough. So, I think I have here below me, I think I have 18 different bourbons, perhaps it's 19, that I picked up really in the last month and a half. I'm going to go through a few of these. I'm going to talk about my favorites primarily. And then I want feedback from you. What I want to be able to do with these bourbons is I think either some kind of a bracket form kind of bourbon shootout where we take two, seemingly similar bourbons, put them in a head-to-head tasting, and then I see which one comes out on top. So that's one idea. The other idea is one that I can't think of at the moment. Oh, I could do an old-fashioned kind of, beat down where we make old fashions out of all of these and compare the old fashions and see how they all old fashioned. That's a little less interesting to me. I've kind of done an old fashioned everything. Fermentamol is what I had done then. I cover a lot of different types of alcohols in that one, though. Bourbon was one of them. I think I did okay with it. I think it could have been better. So anyways, that's where my head's at. Lots been going on. I'm a little tired, a little jet lagged. Just got back from a big family vacation. Across the big pond, as they say. And I'm a little smoked, not like in a, I did a drug thing way, in more of like a my brain is gone kind of a way. Smoked like salmon, not like turkeys. By the way, if you're a bourbon fan and you're wanting to go to Europe, don't expect to find bourbons. They don't have them there. The most bourbon-y things I could find were Jack Daniels, and that's not very exciting to me. My personal taste, no thanks. Other than that, it was scotches, mostly Irish and Irish whiskey and Scotch. Scottish Scotch. What the hell am I trying to say? Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, and Scotch whiskey. Jesus. It's good to be back. Anyways. I did just pick this up today. This is the Larceny single barrel, or barrel proof rather. This is the Austin Shaker barrel pick. This one is 117.6 proof. Austin Shaker is a local Austin-based liquor store. I picked this up there because I like their stuff. I think Austin Shaker's picks are generally pretty damn good. I've been looking at this Larceny for a while because I love their regular Larceny for old fashions and cocktails in general. I was excited to give this one a try, but I kind of wanted to wait until I found one that felt a little more special. And I think this is it. It's pretty damn good. Oh, this is another, speaking of Austin Shaker, this is another one that I just picked up today that I thought was really good. It's Copper and Cask, also a barrel select by Austin Shaker. This one is 60%. It's a tasty one. I got a little sample of this one today, and I thought it was pretty nice, pretty interesting. Latitude Beverage Company. Hadn't heard of them before. They operate out of Rhode Island, distilled actually in Indiana. Oh, it's got the mash bill on here. Fantastic. 75% corn, 21% rye. That's still pretty high rye, and then 4% barley. That's a solid one. Again, that's Copper and Cask. I mean, check it out if you can find it. It's pretty damn good. Another one of my absolute go-tos, which I understand is a little hard to come by if you're outside of Texas, but this is the Still Austin. Their single barrel cask strength. It is 116 proof. This is also the Total Wine selection. Just absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is a warm hug in a bottle right here. Warm hug? Sure. Warm hug. Maybe that's a phrase. At the moment, it sounded really weird. Still Austin solid stuff. If you get a chance to try some of this, please do. Very delicious stuff. Moving on. My system of boxes is quite complex. Bear with me. I did pick up a Wild Turkey 8-year, and as you can tell, I've had quite a bit of it already. I liked it quite a bit. I don't think this is that different from a regular old Wild Turkey 1-on-1. It's maybe a little bit more refined. It's got a little bit nicer finish on it. Not that much different other than that. Also, I will say, I went back into my local Total Wine today, and they had a bunch of these sitting on the shelf again. So, as predicted by Wild Turkey, when they first were talking about putting this back out, they want this to be a regularly available bottle. I think it's getting there, so that's good to see. I'll talk about these because a lot of people go after them. Got the Eagle Rare 10 and E.H. Taylor Small Batch Bourbon. The E.H. comes in at 100 proof. Then the Eagle Rare 10, this comes in at, this is a 90 proof. This is also a Sazerac Barrel Select, whatever the hell that means. I like the Eagle Rare. I think it's solid. Do I think it's necessarily worth all the hype? It depends. I mean, it's very good. It's a very solid whiskey, you know, but a couple of the things that I've gone over so far, that Still Austin Cask Strength single barrel, I think is really killer. There's a few others in here that I'll talk about that I actually go to more frequently than the Eagle Rare. You know, I fully realize maybe this is just a palate development thing and my palate hasn't quite caught up to the things going on in this bottle. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I like the Eagle Rare. But if I saw another Eagle Rare 10 sitting on a shelf tomorrow, let's say, would I pick it up over something else that I haven't had yet? I don't know. I don't know if I would. Honestly, I can't say that I would. I think it depends on what the other thing is that I hadn't had. But, you know, it's just not the one I'm going to go back to. And I kind of feel the same about the E.H. Taylor. It's good. But, you know, especially like if you're looking at secondary prices on these things being absolutely through the roof, I don't know why you would, frankly. They're delicious. I think they're very good. But I think there's other stuff that's regularly on shelves that you can find pretty easily that, for me, does more. That's more exciting to drink. This is another one that I picked up that I know a lot of people go after. This is the Stagg. This is 132.4 proof. Total Wine Barrel Select. Sazerac Barrel Select. I guess Sazerac and Total Wine work together in some way. I'm not clear on that point. This is a monster. I mean, this thing is... I find this hard to drink, even with water, even on ice. I mean, I'll be honest, I tried it in an old fashioned and it knocked me on my ass. It's not that it's bad. Again, it's a good bourbon. It's just got a lot going on. And especially at this high proof, that high proof creates a pretty damn tall wall to scale to get to the goodies on the inside. And for me, that's a hard thing to scale at this point in my bourbon journey, let's say. So, happy that I picked up one of these. I mean, I'm excited to have it, but I haven't had that much of it because it's been challenging. It's a challenging bottle for sure. Next up, I'm going to talk about a bottle that was really surprising to me. This is the Four Roses Single Barrel OBSF. Notes on the back of this one say delicate rye, apple, mint, clove, cocoa. This is the one I was just talking about. Delicate rye. This is the more kind of typical, if you can call it that, bourbon flavored single barrel. This Four Roses Single Barrel. This is I think this is OBSV because it is the higher rye bourbon of the single barrels. This one was shockingly good to me. This was the one with the rye spice. I mean, it's got a much cleaner, much more rye forward composition. Apricot, pear, cinnamon, toasted oak. I think the oakiness of this one is what kind of does it for me. They're both good, don't get me wrong, but this was the one. I mean, you can look at the amount of liquids that's missing from both of these, and you can tell I've been drinking on this one more. I mean, I really only had this bottle for about a week, and it's been a regular sipper for me. Next, I'm going to talk about the triplets here. This was one of the first bottles of bourbon that I picked up, kind of even before I really knew I wanted to start getting more serious about hunting bourbons. And that one's really delicious. This is the Rare Breed. This is a barrel proof. It's 116 proof. It's a good one there. And then the Russell's 10. Russell's 10 at 90 proof. Good, solid, everyday drinker. I think the Russell's 10 is quite delicious. Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. This one is where does it say? Oh, 101 proof. This is also 101 proof. I mean, that gives you a good idea why it sits so nicely next to the 101.8. And this is a CNA warehouse edition of this one. I think this is delicious. This is great stuff. Definitely better in my book over the 8-year 101. But a very, very this is why I call them the triplets. Really should be quadruplets, because the Wild Turkey 101 8-year, the Kentucky Spirit, the Russell's 10, and then the Rare Breed, I think all sit in a very similar realm of flavors and just very clove, dried fruits, kind of baking spices, just a real killer flavor profile. I really like Wild Turkey's stuff a lot. Really great bottles from Wild Turkey. And really these last kind of 5 bottles, the single barrel Four Roses and the Wild Turkeys have been the biggest surprises for me. I mean, there's a lot of flavors, there's a lot to be had out of these harder to find allocated bourbons, and I will continue to look for those. I mean, at least in my opinion, there's not these like holy grail bottles. Like, I think there's really good stuff on the shelves that's readily available. if you go and look for it, and you know, if you're willing to spend the money to try out a couple different things. Also, I will say, I didn't pay more than $100 for any single thing that I've shown here today. I think the most expensive bottle that I've got out here is either the Stagg Junior, I think, or maybe the Willet Rye. I think those were the most expensive bottles, and I think those were still sub $80. Yeah, a lot of those other ones didn't stick with me the way that some of these up here right now. Not that you can see them. The Wild Turkeys, the Four Roses. I mean, I've really been shocked how good these are. I'm gonna call it there. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I think the idea of a bracket style bourbon shootout sounds like a lot of fun. You know, it's probably something that's going to happen over a number of days, but that sounds like the best way to kind of taste through these different things and then start to build out some kind of a system for, you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put together some kind of a way to taste through these things and make sense of it all, you know? Go watch some VR gaming videos, things like that. I'm working on some more videos. I'm trying to get as much as I can out this week because I'm actually out again next week. And I'll be back for several weeks after that. So trying to get through as much as I can, trying to get this up as quick as I can. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I guess I'm done with this video, eh? Take care. First off here is, I mean, it's a rye. Granted, not a bourbon, but it's a rye. Willet rye. There it is, 113 proof. There's the Willet. I mean, the Willet's just tasty. This blew me away. I mean, I'd had a few ryes before this, and I knew I liked rye. But I'd never really experienced a rye that had so much going on. I likened it to kind of blue corn, a little bit, something along those types of flavors. Honestly, it's been a minute. I'll probably have to crack into some of that again and see what that's like. So that's one of my favorites that came out of it. Again, not a bourbon. I did also recently on the rye avenue here. I also did recently pick up, I found at Oak Liquors, the 9-year Sagamore rye. Their recent release of this. This is 112 proof. I thought this was pretty tasty. A lot of people put this above the Willet rye in terms of complexity, in terms of character, just kind of pound for pound, which one is better. A lot of people say it's Sagamore. I prefer the Willet myself. I can't really specify exactly why right now, but I've tasted them back to back. Not blind, but I've tasted them back to back. And I would give the Willet the edge in this case. Good old turkey. Good old turkey. Put old turkey back down in their box there, bud. All right, where did that go? I don't even know where that went.